Ni hao, hola, guten Tag.
That's racist.
Yeah, you need to stop.
No, we are live from the Rojo for another Robro News.
You are a monster.
I don't like you appropriating my heritage there, Kien.
We have, like, I showed Max, 5% of our listeners are in Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So
and
it's like 1% out of 20.
Yeah, there's a news story about Osama bin Laden on this that I want to talk about in the game one because it's really funny. But we are here.
Oh, we had a counter.
Yeah, no, but they.
Counter strike.
How the fuck
Yeah,
did you
yeah. We'll get into that because he had more than Counter Strike.
Oh, what the?
Yeah. I am Kien.
I'm Eli.
Oh god, I can't handle it.
I'm Max. Gil's dying.
Yeah, Bill's laughing too hard.
We're gonna plow through the trailers because that's the last story before we answer questions because I think that's a great discussion.
We're gonna go from Bin Laden right into the questions.
Yeah.
That seems like a very good way to
Yeah,
go.
it does, because our questions are toxic some days. So, we're going to trailers, and the first 4 trailers are from Blizzard, because BlizzCon is there, and Stroman...
Blizzard.
Stroman, the kid who was on the news a couple times, is at BlizzCon right now, I think having fun. All I saw is him on a computer, so, like, I think that is him
That's
having
just
fun.
BlizzCon is everyone on a computer.
Well, have you seen those pictures? They're just like, try this new game.
No, I've never.
Yeah, BlizzCon is
I
literally...
just figured it was like any other.
BlizzCon is literally half-naked chicks and fat nerds playing, like, Blizzard games.
Calling your friend fat?
I'm not fat. I'm
Calling
not
him a
skinny
fat nerd.
either. I'm fat. I'm a fat nerd. I'll agree. Max is probably the skinniest one here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's, like skinny fat because we don't really do much.
Skinny fat?
Yeah, skinny fat's a thing now, apparently. So we're going to go to the trailers, and the first trailer is, well, it's not a trailer, it's the cinematic for Overwatch for Reinhardt.
Why did we watch it again?
Because I just wanted to, like, see how, like, because he likes the lore, so I feel
I
like...
do like them.
So what did you think about it, Eli?
Thought it was I really liked. I always liked the map Eichenwald anyway.
Mm-hmm.
From what I did play Overwatch, I just didn't much care for the actual gameplay. It gets really stale. I don't know how people do that.
The community really got me. That's why I quit.
I played on Xbox. You can't really, like, the community can't complain to you because you can just report them and then they get fucking banned for like a week.
That's amazing.
From
But,
voice
like,
chat, so.
the thing that I got from this is that, like, they really played on how useless Reinhardt is on a team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is really the high point of that trailer.
Reinhardt, why aren't you with your team? And his team's getting fired at. Where's Reinhardt? I'm asking that question every time I'm fucking playing. I'm like, you were supposed to defend us. No, fuck you, I have a hammer. Fuck off. And you get the origin of his eye, I guess. And
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
yeah, like we needed that.
I mean, it gets cut.
Yeah,
Science.
yeah,
He's got a scar there. What else could it have been?
right. Well, I could.
Flashbang to the face?
Right. Like I said, like, the May one is still my favorite because I really like May. May is Bay to me. But, like, Blizzard does...
Weird guy.
Blizzard does, like, I will give it, because, like, we're going to talk about the other cinematic trailers. I will give Blizzard this. They make really good animation, but it's only 7 minutes because it costs so much to make.
That's because they can literally just shovel money at it.
Right. They're like, we'll get into how they shovel that money, but the next thing is the Overwatch new character, Moria? Moria. She's apparently the new bad healer, and she has Soldier 76 has a grudge on her, and she plays just like...
Is she a healer?
She's a healer.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's a support.
I didn't see her heal at all. It was mostly just people.
She
dying.
drains life from the enemy team and gives it to her team.
Okay.
So,
I did kind of see the yellow lines. I just didn't know that's what it
yep,
was.
she is, because
Yes.
she's a combination of Robot Krillin and Mercy.
Robot Krillin.
I don't know. Zenyatta.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah,
And like I said, like, it's another healer, and Max made a point. He's like, well, you know, League of Legends has this kind of thing too, but I like enjoy League of Legends, and I'm like, you got a point there. Like, I don't think her backstory is that interesting anyway. She's like, science, so I kill. I'm like, all right, cool, thumbs up.
It's the best reason to kill, really.
For science. And then we go into the WoW expansion, which is... What did you say? Which one of you said so they get new weapons or...
Oh, that was an old one I was talking
Oh,
about.
okay,
I think that
so-
already came out.
The WoW expansion is apparently holy and evil are fighting. So anything WoW. And I think it looks like it's going more back towards you are separate Horde and Alliance instead of the clusterfuck of...
Don't look at me. Talk to him. He's the one who's played WoW.
I mean, I've played WoW too, but
It's been a long
Right.
time.
What I know secondhand through my roommate. 'cause
Okay.
It's like all he does.
Well, it's the new WoW expansion. Like I said, Blizzard makes some really pretty cutscenes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to go into this. And my Facebook was blowing up because in high school, me and a bunch of my friends would play the shit out of WoW. And they're coming back with WoW Classic, which they had a vanilla fucking server.
Testament to how shitty of a company they are.
They shut that down just so they can charge people for it.
Yeah, they shut down the fucking classic server so they could charge people for it.
And
It's a great time. Fuck
with,
you,
with
Blizzard.
that in mind, like, yeah, that's the thing. Blizzard, I don't like Blizzard that much as a company. But they know. They're smart. They know that people are going to fucking pay for
I know.
it.
Yeah, it's because I hate them more than Disney.
Why?
Because of their fucking fan base. Like, the thing with Disney's fan base just follows them religiously because they're fucking kids.
Yeah.
People who grew up with Disney movies.
Right.
Like, fucking WoW, it's just like, man, Blizzard made a game? Let's fucking play it. And then say every other game that's even at all similar is worse.
You still a little
Just like that, Battleborn's dead.
Okay, so that's why. You're still mad about Overwatch v.
I'm
Battleborn.
Still fucking, they're not even comparable games.
I know. They are.
still
It's
think
just a
Battleborn
testament
was
to how
better.
shitty their community is.
Yeah, Battleborn is a lot fun. Way more fun, though, to me.
I mean, it was. It's dead now. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be.
More Honor's heading that way.
Good.
Then we go into the Paris Games event, or how people say the woman beating trailers. We're gonna start with Detroit Become Human, and
I didn't see no wife beaters.
I said woman beaters.
I know, but I said I didn't see.
Yeah,
no-
there
I
was
mean,
children.
technically, the robot was like a replacement for his wife.
Okay, so
True.
here's what I get
Because
from this
he's beating
trailer, and Max pointed
Was
this
he
out.
wearing a wife
So
beater?
we were talking about this, and like I was like, why? How does someone that looks like he's in low poverty has a robot? Max is like, well, poor people get iPhones for free. I'm like, God damn, you're right. Shit.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah. If you're low enough income and you're not able to afford a phone, they will provide one for you so that you can make your appointments and stuff like that.
Why don't they just get a landline?
No,
Who
Because
has
those
time?
don't exist.
those might actually be
Who
more
has time for
expensive.
that
Truth
anymore?
be told, I'm not sure.
What's
Right.
wrong with you?
But the thing,
At the least, though, I mean, you can still get flip phones. I don't know why we're not handing those bitches out.
yeah,
Hand out like the old Nokia fucking.
yeah, they
track
last
phone.
forever.
That's because those would be treated as dangerous weapons.
Right.
Fucking
Yeah,
mugging
look how
people,
yes.
mugging people with
Comparative,
your Nokia
like,
phone.
How he treated his fucking low income android? Yeah. Holy shit. This guy was a douche.
Yeah.
Don't do this. Why are you looking at my stuff? I'm a robot. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't look at my stuff. It makes me nervous. I'm like, she's a robot. She
I
doesn't
find it
know
weird
what
that
she's
he held
doing.
her by the throat. It was like, man, she doesn't breathe. Why would you bother?
This game looks really interesting, but at the same time, I don't like the idea of having to continuously make choices that like I have to press a button for.
Yeah, where that's the gameplay is like, make a choice, watch a cutscene. Make another choice, end of game. Try again for a different ending.
This is why I like just watch the movies on YouTube.
Yep.
Sorry to anyone who's like, I'm really excited for Detroit Become Human. Are you excited for it, Gil?
It looks nice. I might want to
It does
play it
look
a little bit. Yeah.
I'll watch it on YouTube.
Yeah,
But, as I say, it does look pretty, but in a game like that, graphics are a large part
right.
of
And
just
that's
the overall.
and that goes into like just a couple of other trailers we're going to. I assume that like a lot of the reason why these games are like these look really pretty is that their graphics are so good. The game engine itself, you really don't do much.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
Order 1876, that game was literally just a cutscene the movie. You just walked around a little bit and then pressed buttons for most of the time.
You shot something.
You shot a
Twice.
werewolf. Yeah, you shot a werewolf twice. And then we go to Ghost of
Solid
Shuma.
movie, though.
Yeah, it's very solid. Then we go to Ghost of Shuma, and Eli just loves Eastern culture.
I don't. I do think it looks like a good game. I just Then again, I mean, it was cinematic, so I can't technically
But
gauge it, but
it is created by the developers of Infamous, and I really
that
enjoyed
does give me hope.
I like Infamous a lot. Like, I don't know if any of y'all have played it, but like Infamous to me is like one of my favorite PS3 games because it was just fun to me. So I'm hoping this game is fun. It looks like, from what I've heard, like you have smoke powers and you have a samurai sword. So yeah, ninjas.
Well, he was lighting stuff like it was like on fire.
Right.
Part of it, so you might just have fire powers.
Then we go to Marvel's. Yeah, no. I mean,
It'd be cool.
right. Like, I think it's fun. Like, then we go to Marvel's Spider-Man. And this game, actually, because that wasn't just cutscenes, it is actual gameplay footage. This game looks fun.
It looks smooth.
Was it?
That's
Because it
actually cool.
looked like cutscenes.
If you watch the gameplay, it literally is the same kind of way. The graphic design is the same kind of way.
I mean, some of it had to be cutscenes because there's parts
It
where
was,
it's
yeah.
just like talking in a diner.
Yeah, it was cutscenes. Some of them were cutscenes, but like some of the when he's swinging and shit like that.
That transition is smooth then.
Right.
Yeah, but I like the second Spider-Man game.
I get that.
Stuttered for like a minute.
Yeah, I get that. I don't like the second Spider-Man game because the lack of physics it has when you're shooting
That's the
webs.
fucking best
You're
part.
mid-air and you're like, there is no light post anywhere I could like get
Yeah.
there. Like,
Play Web of Shadows.
that game was bullshit too.
No? You go in the park, you
My
can't
point is
swing there.
that like in the second Spider-Man, really not like cutscenes. Even what could be considered, I don't really remember them. I remember the gameplay where it was just fun to like run around and beat the shit out of people.
I feel like this is the same way though. It kind of has that Gotham Arkham Knight-esque gameplay. But then I say this, and then Max and I played like 2 hours of Shadow of War,
I feel like pressing the Y button.
and I'm just like, oh, maybe I don't. But like, I don't know. There's a lot of sneak techniques from like previous playthroughs that I saw, so I find that interesting. But I don't sneak very well, so I'll just fuck up those missions.
Yeah.
I would refer to them as tech sneaks.
Texas, you piece of shit. Then we go to Final Fantasy 15 episode Ignis, and just like every other Final Fantasy 15 episode that doesn't involve Noctis, it's just Ignis doing shit. Like,
Why? What was the point of this confrontation?
the thing about this is they wanted to develop character of the side characters. They want to make it more of an immense
After
world.
the game came out.
Well,
Why
okay.
They
not
wanted
do
to
that in
develop
the
that
game?
character.
Well, they started out
Stupid.
with, to understand the game, you had to watch the movie, and then
Oh,
watch
joy.
the 5-episode anime.
Oh, even better.
Were they pulling a Halo 5? What the fuck?
I believed, yeah, you had to,
Gotta
like,
read the books, then you gotta watch the series
Yeah, they
we're
were-
releasing.
I shit you not, they were just like, alright, so, if you watch this episode of Final Fantasy 15, the anime, you'll understand why Ignis is like this, and why Leon Shirio is like this, and why Noctis is such a d-bag to everybody, because his mom died. Like, no one mentions Noctis' mom dies until, like, the third act of the fucking game. Like, it's heavily implied, but then they're like, Noctis, your mom is dead. I'm like, alright, his mom's dead. You would understand what happened, like, why. Like, the movie to me was the most biggest bullshit. Because the movie tells you what happened when Noctis was on his bro trip. And you had to watch the movie to understand, like, why this war was happening while Noctis was gone. So, personally, it gives people who really liked Final Fantasy 15 a
More immersion.
more immersion. But the last DLC they had a fishing competition. So,
I'm genuinely curious who plays Final Fantasy for story.
there's a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so Final Fantasy. Okay, I'm bringing up Jeremy because Jeremy knows everything about Final Fantasy. I don't know why, but Jeremy is like, well, they're all technically linked because Gilgamesh takes a sword from each of the characters. So, like, every time Gilgamesh appears, because Final Fantasy is like they're all parallel Earths of one another. So, like, Gilgamesh, every game, like, he ends up getting Titus' sword, Cloud's sword, Lightning's blade, and then because 11 and 14 are MMORPGs, he doesn't get any sword. But yeah,
Gets whatever swords you have at the end of the
yeah.
game.
So Google so
doesn't do anything. Throws it out.
So I mean, I guess that's that. But for me, 15 was just lackluster. Like in a story, everyone else was like, it's so immersive and shit like that. I mean, it's not really. It's literally every Final Fantasy game you have ever played. Or any Dungeon Siege game, because it's like, this prince has been away, and now he must come back to reclaim his throne.
That's what I was gonna say though. Is like for me, I do want to play the game, but for like the cool ass gameplay, not for
right. You like the cool ass gameplay, but like you don't like Kingdom Hearts. It's the same gameplay.
Don't like the fighting as much as I like the creatures you're fighting.
Okay.
Same thing that draws me into Monster Hunter World.
Okay.
The designs.
Right. Then we go to Concrete GD, and Eli just loved this trailer.
I mean, it was interesting.
It was.
Okami.
It looked interesting, but I just had so many questions. There's no fucking dialogue.
From what I'm gathering, each monster has like an elemental property because like
one lights some shit on
fire, lightning, water, and shit like that. I was just interested in like the paintbrush technique, and like I like that idea of having a magic paintbrush.
You know who did it better? Okami.
Okami? I thought you were going to say, like, Mario Paint.
No, screw that.
Or
Okami.
I thought you were going to say Epic Mickey.
No,
Okami.
Microsoft Paint did it better.
R.I.P. No, it's one of those gameplays that's weird. Like, I think you just got to play the game. There's no dialogue, and I hope they keep it that way, though.
At least not in the trailer.
Right. I hope they keep it that way, though. I like that kind of silent protagonist. I think that's why I really like Limbo. There's no dialogue, but you kind of understand the premises of the story of Limbo.
I can be fine with no dialogue. It was just like their interactions between characters, and they're trying to make stuff. It's like, oh, these kids are fighting for the paintbrush and stuff, and I was just like, why?
And they're pouring paint on the wall.
They're
like,
shit.
Yeah, they're like, you're basically in like Compton or something, cleaning it up with like art.
Fucking 8 Mile. I don't know. Why are there no adults walking the streets? I mean, it's gotta be just like a terrible neighborhood or something. I don't...
It's the kids from Oliver Twist.
Yeah, like I don't fucking...
They're just like, yo man, you gotta pay a toll. What? Yeah, that paintbrush. Looks like it's worth a couple of dollars at the pawn shop. Hand it over.
He found it in an abandoned building. I don't even know how he knew where
the
to
other
find
thing I was
it.
going to mention is the fucking paintbrush is taller than the kid. That's fucking ridiculous. But
That's what's...
yeah, that got me.
That got you?
I didn't mention it at the time because I was like, whatever. It's kind of a cartoony game.
Where
Lots
did
of
this
games
guy-
do that, but it's like big ass swords and stuff. And I was like, all right, that's just cool. But the paintbrush, it's like has a fucking like 2-handed handle.
Truly,
You need
the
to
pen is
2-hand
mightier
that
than the
bitch
sword.
and paint. And I was just like, why couldn't they just make it like normal?
I don't want to sound weird, but I kind of wish you could have fought with the paintbrush and get rid of those Like, I'm
Was it
like...
a Mickey Mouse game?
It was. But, like, no, for me, like, those kids are being shitty to you. Like, I feel like you can use that paintbrush
Beat
just
the
to...
shit out of them.
Yeah, just beat the shit out
I
of
just
them.
don't get why it was like, why don't you draw this weird fire elemental and just light those kids on fire?
Because they have you right next to the
I mean,
door. Like, it's really...
Yeah, I mean, you could draw it, then like taunt them, then run past it, and just get lit on fire as they go. I mean, it's...
This
I
is
think-
why Eli doesn't find magical items.
Yeah?
I feel like Eli's just like, yeah, I love burning children.
No, come on now. Only if they were my age, maybe?
Okay, but they're not children.
And
they're
if they were
teenagers.
bullying me for my paintbrush, yeah, I'd probably burn those bitches.
I feel like Eli could open up a restaurant and call it KFC.
I'm just like, for me, like I said, it looks really pretty. Like, these games that we are coming out with now look very polished, but that doesn't mean it's gonna look as good.
Yeah.
Watch Dogs.
Watch
I thought Watch Dogs was an okay game, but I got it for free. When it was
Watch Dogs 2 was like the real hype though. I gotta give them that like Watch Dog 2 actually played like the trailer showed. Or you get Mirror's Edge 2, the shittiest like sequel in the world, in my opinion, like one of the shittiest.
I played the first one for all of like 5 minutes.
Lol.
Did you not like the parkour?
It's just, yeah, it was kind of too boring for me.
If I wanted
That's
to
kind of a weird
parkour-
statement to make, but it's...
If I wanted to parkour, I'd play Assassin's Creed.
But basically, it was like, there's a lot of parkour, which is cool, but I'm more into the murdering business.
Because there was an achievement where you don't murder anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the only one who probably would achieve that is Max, because like I get mad at shit and I would just murder the fuck out of them. I'm like, all right, I'm sick and tired of sneaking around. I have a gun. I'm gonna fucking blast you in the
I had
face.
that problem with Dishonored, where it
Yeah.
was like, I know you can go through the game without murdering anybody, but
Rats.
where's the fun in not murdering anybody?
Yeah, but like the more people you murder, the more like sick and impoverished people get.
So? Doesn't matter if you murder everyone.
Poverty doesn't matter if they're all dead.
You're the only one left there, and there's one guard who's like, why are there so many rats and so many dead people?
There's a lot of fucking rats around here.
Then we go into The Last of Us Part 2, and Gil just... Why don't you like when people are titled Part 2?
I don't know. Just call it 2.
Yeah, I
The
also think
sequel.
it's weird.
Something. It just Part 2
Yeah,
makes
give
it
it
sound
like
like a really crappy movie that they felt they needed to
Yeah.
milk by splitting it up into 2 things.
Yeah, it feels
Like
like,
The
it's...
Hobbits?
To me it feels like it's a continuation of the same story, where it's like The Hobbit Part 2.
But it didn't look like it?
It is. I don't think it is. I think that was grown-up Ellie.
6'7"
Yeah,
grown-up
fucking
Ellie.
jacked or something.
About to... But she was against very petite Asian American looking people.
I mean, yeah, she was. Those guys were pretty big though.
Yeah,
She was like just as tall as
she
them.
was just as tall as them. Eli was... Which one of you was pissed about the barrel being the exact height to keep them
Me,
up?
I was
Yeah,
like,
shit.
when they go to hang her, they don't put the barrel under her, and they don't drop her down. I was like, man, they got that shit perfect.
They
like,
knew.
where they hanged her. It's just like
They're like, she's about the same size as I am.
about the same size as Jack over there, so we'll just hang him. And
Nah, like for me.
Jack, I got a job for you.
Yeah.
What? Here, close your eyes.
Let me lynch you real quick. Wait, what? No, perfect barrel. Are you gonna let me go? No.
No.
You failed, dude. Bam.
Got him.
Well, there were other hanging bodies.
Okay, so this trailer was kind of like I said, like these trailers were a lot of like woman beating trailers, because god damn,
only if you look at it that way, Kien.
that's what like people were hashtagging. Paris Games #woman beating week.
They're reading too much into stuff.
I know. I'm not like fuck this game. They beat women, but like that was brutal as fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
She's already pinned down, and they're like, clip her wings. I'm like, are they just gonna tie
To
her
be
up?
fair, it was a woman who made the order.
Right,
That is true. Yeah.
right. That is true.
We gotta talk
Gotta
about
be
the
there.
equality.
Right, but they're like, clip her wings, and they're like, whap! And I'm like, oh, dude, that's fucked up. Like, I'm like, ooh, no. Then we go into God of War 4, and, alright, I don't know Norse mythology. Can someone explain to me what the fuck I just watched, question mark?
It was just like a dwarf-sounding guy tell a story about a giant killing another giant, and the whole thing is like Kratos has a son in this one.
Yeah.
So that's why the story was like his father and then the son was like rebelled, and then the father like beat the shit out of him.
And then
And killed
the
him.
kid ran away, and then the father went after him and was like,
And
"Hey,
then,
where you
and
at,
then the
son?"
father got killed by
Thor.
Right.
Okay.
Not Marvel's.
And I imagine the village might play into the story too. Like that
Okay.
that myth
Well,
might play into some of the story.
Is
like,
it a
over there
real
and be
myth
like,
then?
I'm
or
pretty
is
sure
it...
there
As
is.
far as
Probably.
I've heard, I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't
Honestly,
know,
it's
though.
probably just going to be a location.
Is Hela gonna be Thor's sister? Because that'd be pretty dope.
Okay, you need
It's
to calm the
gonna
hell
be
down.
just gonna have the same weird crown and everything.
Weird crowd, and
Fucking-
apparently the internet
Spike
finds her
powers.
sexy. Yeah.
That's the thing I didn't get. Is like I'm the goddess of death. I have power over all the spikes, all of them.
Yeah. My whole thing was like, so Thor's not the god of hammers, but she's the god of death that uses spikes?
Yeah.
Where are his hammers? I need my god of thunder to have hammers. He should just be sprouting hammers.
Then we go to Hong
Just
Kong Massacre.
Start swinging in his arms.
You can listen
and
down
then
the link
hammers.
down below of our review. But then we go to Hong Kong Massacre, and Eli had a great thing about this. He's like, "There's a lot of Hong Kong, not a lot of massacres."
So the whole trailer was just like, because it's a top-down shooter, and it's just him, it's like slow-mo running around shooting people. And so it's just like, all I know about this game is it takes place in Hong Kong, there's a massacre, and it's top-down. That's it.
There's
Like,
something
I
about-
like top-down shooters, I'll keep an eye on it.
I think it's supposed to be a VR game.
I think it's supposed to be something about a triad.
The
war.
Triad and the Yakuza and shit are going crazy.
Nintendo and PlayStation are going crazy at a massacre in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Pretty
Then we go into
much.
the
That's in
planet.
China.
Yeah. No, Hong Kong is actually its own territory.
Isn't
Oh,
it like
alright.
an island?
It's an island, but it's actually they're out. Okay, we're not getting into that.
You know how I know that? Sleeping dogs.
It's like talking about Israel. We're not going to get into it. Then we go to the Planet of the Apes, where all you really get is both of the sides are apparently supposed to be right in the game, but I'm definitely going to choose the apes because fuck humans. They fucked up the world already.
I'm pretty sure that was like the exact footage we saw the last time we
It was.
watched the trailer. I remember the lines where they're like, "It's all about family."
Yep.
Like I remember those. It might not be the exact same footage, but
It was
But it's
pretty
the
similar.
I
idea.
feel like it's the same narration.
Then we go to oh my gosh, because you guys you two don't really like Pokemon that much. I didn't see this trailer, but you saw the trailer, right?
Pointing at me.
Yes.
I like Pokemon. Not, I don't buy their games. 'Cause
They're
I think they're
well, okay.
fucking
So they're
scam.
bringing back Team Rocket, but it's
Rainbow
Team
Rocket.
Rainbow Rocket, and
All
it's
the
all the
villains
bad guys.
Up to Gen
it's
6.
pretty gay.
They're all
Everybody's
dudes.
already
Not
made
even
fun
because of the rainbow. That's just a stupid.
They're all dudes, by the way.
Oh.
They're all dude leaders teaming up together.
And they came up with
Rainbow Rocket.
Huh.
Goddamn.
But the interesting thing about this is that you can catch legendary Pokemon in the portal.
Yeah. Everything but mythicals.
What is okay?
Mythicals are basically the ones you can only get through trade, like Mew, Celebi, Keldeo, weird ones.
Like Jirachi and shit like
Yeah, the ones that they feel like you have to either go out and actually converse with people for or pay for.
that. That's weird. Like, I mean, I play Pokemon not because of the cute monsters. I play it just because I can raise a cute monster to become a four-armed colossus that beats the shit out of other monsters.
You're that kind of parent, aren't you?
Yeah.
I like to be competitive. That's why Pokemon Go wasn't really for me. The closest to like saying I'm better than you would just be like, mine has a higher number. I'm better.
You can put it in a gym for a day.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then, like, that's the thing, like, most people have real people jobs unless you're the fucking people on the Pokemon Go fucking Facebook page. Every fucking day at, like, noon, these guys are like, hey guys, I'm at the Heritage Center doing a raid. I'm like, I'm at fucking work. What are you guys doing?
They might just be high
They're
school
on their
students.
lunch break.
No, they're grown-ass men.
Or if they're in college.
No, they're, like, grown-ass men.
Lunch breaks are a thing.
Yeah, lunch breaks, I guess.
Yeah, at, like, 9 o'clock in the morning.
No, you said noon.
Like,
They're all hours of the day.
Yeah,
Oh.
I get notifications like crazy from
They
these
must
guys. That
have
are
a
like,
really good lunch break, okay?
yeah, these dudes are like out raiding, like, I don't get it. And then we get into our news. Monster Hunters will get a Horizon Zero Dawn DLC pack for the PS4. So I'm just hoping Microsoft gets a Halo DLC pack so I can needle the shit out of a wyvern. Am I saying it right now?
What, Wyvern?
Wyvern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wyvern. Goddamn fool.
Like I said, like, Monster Hunters is such a fun game to begin with, and I like these kind of DLC packs because, like...
No, if they do a Halo one, you'll get a gravity hammer. That'll be in there, because that's already just a ridiculous-looking weapon
Yeah.
in Halo.
Just have something in
You
it
know,
falls
that's...
That you're right, that would probably be like, what Microsoft exclusive could you get? Like a Gears of War chainsaw gun?
Chainsaw!
Chainsaw!
Yeah, I guess.
Technically, they do have spear guns.
Yeah, I mean, like...
Forza cars, I don't know.
Just a Forza skin for some reason. You have, like...
No, they give you a dragon, and then they paint it.
Yes! There's, like, Forza-themed, like, fucking... dragons
It's got
that you can...
numbers and sponsors just taped on it.
Mountain Dew all over its
Yeah.
face.
For some reason, Wonder Bread is on that one. That's Ricky Bobby's. Let's go take it down. And then Kylo Ren is now going to be in Battlefront 2.
I mean,
Good for
they
him.
put, the fuck is it, Jin? Or is that the bitch from Rogue One?
That's the bitch from Rogue One.
Fuck.
Ray-
They put,
Ray.
yeah, I was like, they put the main character.
Yeah, okay.
She was in the beta, so I kind of figured they'd put some of the evil.
Yeah, because
like
they put, like,
they'll-
Finn
They'll
in
probably
there.
put Captain
They have Phasma.
Phantasmo.
Phasma.
Phantasmo.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
She was barely a fucking character in the goddamn movie.
But
Yeah.
do they have the traitor stormtrooper?
No,
Then
but
that is the biggest loss.
but in the Last Jedi, Finn I think has his weapon and is fighting Phasma.
Yeah, he's got a lightsaber and he's fighting.
He's not fighting. He doesn't have a light. He has that energy traitor stick.
In the trailer that we saw,
Yeah, he doesn't have a
Thor,
lightsaber.
he totally has a lightsaber.
He doesn't have a
Fucking
lightsaber.
blue.
No, it's not.
God
It doesn't
damn it!
because
I'll
it's
have
the
to go.
electricity.
It's
You-
the
you
electricity. Yeah, it is the
I
electricity.
might have just imagined that.
And
I wished for it too, but no.
Yeah, I must have just
exclusively,
wanted it.
like an hour before we watched this, Blizzard unveiled a new Overwatch map called Blizzard World, where it's all of their Blizzard shit.
BlizzCon. Fighting
There's
in
like a
BlizzCon,
giant
there's
Reinhardt statue.
Fat guys
Yeah.
all over the place. Can't move around.
Half naked cosplay girls just walking around.
The only person who's got
Attention.
mobility is Farah. Just fly over him.
That's like the objective. You like get past the. It's like a race. Get past all the fat nerds in line
Without killing a single one.
without killing a single one. So you need a mercy to revive them.
Damn it! I was gonna be like, without killing or with killing. I think as Reinhardt, you could just do his dash. And
Yeah,
go through
just plow through
fucking
all of
it's
them.
like throwing him off to the side and shit.
See,
Totally do it.
and with this in mind, they also get Roadhog, Widowmaker, and Soldier 76. Roadhog gets the Barbarian skin from Diablo 2. No, he gets it from StarCraft. Charger Burn, the dwarf guy that is apparently not a dwarf. I thought he was a dwarf in Overwatch.
No, he's just a short dude.
Yeah,
Torbjorn?
Torbjorn gets a World of Warcraft
I was
dwarf costume.
Fuck, you said it first.
He gets a dwarf costume.
Fitting.
Widowmaker gets
Already a dwarf.
yeah. Widowmaker gets a demon. I think she gets the Demon Crusader skin from Diablo, because she's the Diablo DLC, and it looks like May gets her really shitty homemade made gun from fucking her mini short, and Mercy gets a StarCraft skin. So cool. I don't really like most of the skins that they have, and I said most. I have like a few ones I like.
okay.
The only one out of those I'd think about would be the dwarf skin for Torbjorn, but he's already pretty much a dwarf. I don't really.
But are they free, or do
Depending
you
on
have
what
to
it is.
get them through loot
No,
boxes?
you have to get him through loot boxes.
Of
Or
course.
you buy them.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's how Overwatch works.
Let's celebrate something, but we'll make you pay for it.
So we have some EA news. FIFA 18 is currently the only developed EA game on the Nintendo Switch. It's going to stay that way because EA's like, I don't trust the Switch. We don't know what they're gonna do. So
You know,
We'll
we're
throw
just gonna
FIFA at him.
We're
Let's
just
see
throwing-
what
yeah.
happens.
If our FIFA sales for Switch doesn't go up, we're not gonna do anything.
Because, everybody wants FIFA.
Yeah, so they're just like, go out
This
buy
is
FIFA, we won't release any of the other
This is America. No
Well,
one
they
plays
were like,
soccer.
we want to understand the demand of Switch games, and I don't think you should have chose FIFA as your first game to put out
No.
for what?
Yeah. Also, back on what Gil said, though, I'm surprised you don't play FIFA. That it's not meant to be racist. It kind of is,
I
though.
know, I get you.
A lot of the Mexican kids I know they're into soccer. Like I'm
I
not
just
even.
don't play sports games. I'm stupidly
That's
okay at them, but I don't play them.
Did your Does your family watch soccer a lot, or is that just a stereotype that I'm making into like bad?
It depends which family members are in town.
Does your stepdad watch it a lot?
Like,
No.
yes.
No, okay.
He
okay.
watches classic movies with violence, old spaghetti westerns,
Okay,
and my mom just watches soap operas.
that's very like the Spanish ones or the American ones.
Spanish.
Okay. During a recent preview event, someone asked the Monster Hunter producer Ryuzu Sugimoto whether his team ever considered adding loot boxes to Monster Hunter World. And she quotes, "I think that Monster Hunter has already built that kind of randomized item reward into the gameplay," he answered. whenever you carve a monster after you hunt, you don't know what you're going to get within that certain range.
It's
You-
like a box of chocolates.
Yes, you've got a certain rare part that you almost never get. You've got some of the ones you don't need that you get a lot of, and there are rewards for the quest as well. There are some rewards that are standard, there are some that are randomized, and a bit bigger or smaller chance of getting them, he explained. That's why it felt like Monster Hunter's World doesn't need to get that kind of system. So, I know you and I had this conversation about whether or not Monster Hunters would have loot crates or not, and no.
I'm excited for that.
Alright, that's really great, but so this dead monster I'm carving up is like a box of chocolates.
You never know
What you
you're
gonna get? You might get a horn of a wyvern. You might get the tail
Wyvern.
of a wyvern.
Vern. Not Verin.
What the fuck? Who cares? I don't.
I care.
Everybody but you cares.
Me? Yeah.
Get nerdy
You
or go
fucking
home.
weird. Like
Get
I
nerdy or go
was like a
home.
worm, and they're like it's a worm. I'm like I don't know the fucking difference. They
Did
look
you say worm?
a worm, like the dragon worm, or is that like is
The
it?
worms? I
Worms.
guess.
Worms are. How is it spelled?
I don't know. They're the,
WYRM.
Worm.
yeah, they're like the Japanese. Like they look like the Chinese dragons.
Depends which universe you're in.
Okay, what the fuck ever. I don't care.
It does.
WURM is actually just like a big ass worm. Like in Magic cards, there's worms. There's like fucking giant.
I don't give a
Yeah.
This is useful information.
It's useful information for people who care.
When we go to trivia night and we decide to talk about different dragon cultures, yes, let's do it. But no, like this is very exciting for me because like, I don't think microtransactions should be needed in games because like the fun of the game is hunting for this stuff. So to have that, if more developers thought like that, you would not be making a lot of money, unfortunately. But you would also have a lot of people playing your games without being like, fuck loot crates.
At the same time, like I like that they like still just like because Destiny is sort of the same way. They didn't say any of that shit, but like where it's like there's already a randomized loot system, so like you can't buy. But you used to not be able to buy like the engrams and shit. Now in the second one, I think you can, but they still came out with microtransactions for like cosmetic shit.
Right.
See,
And I like how they didn't even do that. They were just like, fuck them, we don't need microtransactions.
I don't mind cosmetics out of loot boxes.
I don't either. I'm just
Like,
psyched that they didn't
Skyrim
do
Online
anything.
did that, and that was fine for me.
Mhm.
And like the different random pets you can get on Skyrim Online, that's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shit that's good. We have just 2 more EA stories, just because EA is getting a lot of.
fuck, that's giant.
No, I skimmed through it. EA is getting a lot of flack from both Battlefront and closing Visceral Studios. So the first EA story that doesn't involve FIFA and the Switch goes with the fact that EA is defending itself from getting rid of Visceral. They're like, it's not because of multiplayer versus single player. It's
It
just
is.
fuck. This is what they said. It's just that Visceral didn't make enough money or revenue from like the games they made, which is very like when you look at it, it's very understandable. Dead Space 3 did not make a lot of money.
That's because they tried to make it into something it wasn't.
I know, but everyone expects just because you put like Dead Space on it, people are gonna buy it.
Only works with Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Because I'll buy it.
Look at you fucks keep buying the dumbass shit. What about Halo Wars 2?
It's a fucking great game.
No, it's not. It's boring as fuck.
Deep.
Are you agreeing with me or him?
Him.
Yeah, see,
Fuck you,
it's-
kid.
You haven't played it with me then. You don't know how to just have fun with it.
Game's boring as fuck.
You're boring as fuck. You play turn-based strategy games and you're like, real-time strategy Halo Wars 2 is boring. But this turn-based game where I operate through 4 different menus to get to what I want to do is just fucking action-packed.
Yeah, I can summon Bahamut. I can't summon Bahamut in Halo Wars.
But you could summon Master Chief.
No, you can't.
You can't, but
You
Damn.
dumb?
I haven't played it.
You're Marines.
He is very.
Fuck.
He is very
How the fuck
new
would
to
I know?
gaming culture.
Yeah, you fuck.
He limits himself to wrestling. Just let him
And
be.
Madden.
No, he
Only
doesn't.
one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah.
So after Battlefront 2's beta, I think everyone has heard about this. John spent a good 10 minutes 2 weeks ago complaining about this.
Yep.
EA's like, Alright, so
Not
maybe
too-
like your star cards won't be like loot stuff. So like loot crates won't be like big on the game.
So did they? Because you said maybe. Did they say that with a certainty, or were
They said that with a certainty.
From what I've heard, you can still get them from the loot crates, but you can also unlock the top tier star cards via achievements.
Right. How many kills if you're
I
like,
mean, I
It's
guess that's better. I just.
It's gonna be like unlocking new guns in Battlefield.
They're gonna have to make it a lot harder.
Oh, I mean they will, but that's essentially what it's gonna be.
Okay, I can live with that.
Yeah.
Though at the same time, that just lets you skip through, but that's whatever.
I mean, it balanced it out instead of requiring people to buy boxes.
So are they just doing that with the top tier, or is it all the star cards?
From what I've heard, possibly just top tier, or maybe
See,
all of them. You could.
If
do
it
through
was all of
achievement.
them, I'd be fine with it.
I don't know. I
But if
haven't
it's
looked
just
into
the
it.
top tier, then it's like, yeah, I don't
It's
even
still
have to
pretty
go
stupid.
through. There's no progression. It's just you're like, yeah, I have the best thing now.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
At the same time, I'm fine with that because then I think less people buy the fucking
buy the boxes.
microtransactions.
Yeah.
And I'm all for that. I don't know.
That's-
Yeah, like I said, it's one of those things. I'm not a big. Doesn't really matter to me. My thing about loot crates is I don't like loot crates at all. I think
I
they're
found the system incredibly stupid.
they are incredibly stupid.
Gambling.
Right. Yeah. Nintendo announces today, through the end of September, it has sold 6.3 million Switch units worldwide. Back in July, Nintendo said to expect it to sell a total of 10 million during the current fiscal year, which runs from April 2017. So they're getting up there. And through March 28th, 2013, as a part of its earning report, Nintendo updated its projections, saying that it will expect to sell 114 million during this fiscal year, not counting those sold back in March during the previous year. The reason I'm saying this is that it has already outsold the Wii U, which
It's
is
getting up there with the Wii and the PlayStation.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
which is good, because the Wii U, like we have all talked about, it failed because of the fact that it was that mid. You could tell that they were heading towards the Switch with that ridiculous gamepad
Mm-hmm.
that the Wii U gave you.
I don't mind the gamepad.
It was it was essentially their teenage years. They awkward transitioned from one
Yeah.
thing to another.
Yeah.
Right. So like that's the thing. Like, I'm really happy for this. Like, I'm still not gonna buy a Switch because like, it's a lot of money. Okay,
I'm gonna see how this season goes, and then I might
You
possibly
and I-
invest in
right.
one for everybody around our area to use.
You and I have had this conversation. I've told you why I don't want to Switch though, because I've played almost every game that the Switch has on my Xbox, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. I have played Doom. I have played Skyrim at least 20 times in 20 different skins.
Bought it on
20
every
different
system
Have
you
you
own.
played Odyssey?
But do
Played
I
Mario 64.
give a fuck about Odyssey?
I like Mario Galaxy, and I'm sorry, like, Mario Odyssey looks fun, but I just don't like the game mechanic is that your hat is now a boomerang on other creatures, and you get a mustache on the character. Like,
I was just about to be like, now, I'm all for the mustached Gila monster,
Yes.
but I'm not for paying $60 for the mustached Gila monster. Because that's all that game is to me. It's putting mustaches on different characters. That's all that is for me.
You're
Yep.
pretty much right.
Basically, yeah.
Mario Run has now passed 200 million downloads worldwide,
Why?
up from 150 million. That's a massive number, but Nintendo doesn't see the game as having an acceptable level of financial success yet. As part of its latest earnings report today, Nintendo says that Super Mario Run has not yet reached an acceptable profit point. This follows comments from Nintendo about how the game had not made the kind of money it had hoped. Despite that, Nintendo said that the game has helped the company learn a lot about mobile game development it will use with its other projects going forward. Now, we just talked about Animal Crossing, fucking what is it called?
On the mobile?
Yeah,
I
Camp?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's something camp.
And we, like, That's a lot of data. I feel like that's just a data sucker the way it looks like, and it looks like a space sucker. But Mario Run is the most ridiculous game to begin with, anyways, because it's basically Mario speedrun on a Mario game.
Yep, it's speedrunning on a Mario game.
And you can't go backwards or anything like that. Wait, okay, you can go backwards a little bit
On the pre-designated blocks.
on pre-designated blocks. So with this in mind, how I look at it, I find it to be Nintendo's mobile games for me, because we talked about Nintendo's first, and I know it's Game Freak that technically did this. We talked about Nintendo's first mobile game and Pokemon Go.
Technically, Game Freak. I don't think Game Freak had much to do with.
So
that.
it was
was
Nintendo?
Niantic.
Okay, but that's a Nintendo company though, right?
Game Freak?
No, Niantic.
Niantic. I don't think so.
No idea.
So
I think they partnered with them, but
they partnered with but Nintendo still gets some of that revenue, don't they?
Yes.
So for me, it looks like Nintendo is failing on the mobile game. In my personal opinion, like, I don't know how you feel, but like I feel Nintendo is failing on the mobile game, and I think they should focus more on the Switch.
oh, they are focusing hardcore. on
Right,
the Switch,
because-
but they, with most game companies, they're gonna branch out regardless of how one thing is doing over the other.
Right. It's just
business.
It's just one of those things. Super Mario Odyssey was hotly anticipated and it released last Friday to widespread critical acclaim, but it's still surprising just how well the game has sold in the first 3 days. According to Nintendo, it's already sold 2 million copies. The news comes by the way of Nintendo's financial earnings report, just from, like we talked about the Switch. The number in the game is pretty crazy when you take into account the fact that the company has made 70 million Nintendo Switch units. 7 million Nintendo Switch units. That means that only in 3 days, just under 30% of all Switch users have purchased Super Mario Odyssey. That is a testament to Mario games in itself.
Oh yeah.
Is that like they know that they're going to rake in the money. Like it's sold out. It's sold higher than Splatoon, Mario, and Mario vs. Rabbids or whatever.
Yeah.
It sold higher out on all of those. So I think that's a testament to time. Is like Nintendo. As we make fun of Nintendo using quarter plungers to unplug their toilets of dollar bills.
John's not here. We can't do that properly.
Right.
But it still stands.
It still stands. They know how to make money. They are, to me, like how Eli hates Blizzard. I have to respect Nintendo because they know what sells and their community isn't as toxic as maybe Blizzard's.
Anywhere as toxic as Blizzard's. They just throw their money at Nintendo. They don't fucking try to mob anyone who doesn't.
Funny thing, Brady and I were joking because I saw a review from IGN that said it was 10 out of 10. IGN doesn't give anything 10 out of 10.
No, they give 9.5s.
They give 7.8 for too much water.
They
Yeah.
give from 7 to 9.
Yeah.
All right,
That's
I'm
about
gonna point this out though. Everyone has been on Nintendo's dick lately because I just got done reading an article of top 100 games of all time. Do you know what the number one game is of all time?
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
Are you fucking?
I was just about to, like, you said that, and I was like, it's because Breath of the Wild came out.
Yeah, and, like this dude's list was like.
I do want to play it. It looks like a great
fun,
game.
but like Breath of the Wild is number one. I'm like, nah, y'all motherfuckers.
Crack down.
What are you talking about? Zork.
Third one's coming.
Dig Dug 3, guys.
I'll be
Best
there.
game. Okay, so in March last year, there was an announcement closing. It was closing. Microsoft was closing its long-running British studio Lionhead, which made Fable and Black and White franchises, among others. The closure of the studio also meant that Xbox One and PC game Fable Legends was being canceled. The digital card game called Fable Fortune was released through this game was released by an outside studio with the support of Microsoft, which owns the Fable rights. But will there ever be a Fable game?
Probably.
Yeah, the head Shannon Loftus is like, I would love to make another Fable game, and she says, Fable is a very near and dear to my heart. Loftus said. Actually, one of the primary reasons I moved to England was to work with the team of Fable 2. Fable Fortunes is now at the card game. We love the IP. I can talk right now about whether we're doing with it or not. But if we ever get a chance to go back to Albion?
Albion.
I'm really bad at pronouncing shit, guys. I'm sorry.
There you are.
Yeah, we will definitely do it. As long as Peter Molyneux is not touching that game or trying to hype it up whatsoever. I don't know about you guys, but he is the master of bullshit because people bought it.
My thing with another Fable game is that, for one, I thought Lionhead had been dead for a while after Fable 3. That was the last thing I really heard about him. I didn't know about Fable Legends or whatever fucking card game you mentioned.
No, yeah.
I would like to see another Fable game. Like, my thing is, like, even if, like, they falsely advertise it again, it can't get much worse than Fable 3.
Fable 3 was really bad.
Yeah,
But
It was pretty bad.
But Fable 3 wasn't as hyped up as Fable 2. I don't know if you remember, like,
And you gotta realize,
you were young. I keep forgetting.
I was young, but at the same time, I had never played the original Fable until after I played Fable 2.
So you thought Fable 2
I
was
played
fucking...
through Fable 2 like 13 times.
So you really liked that game.
I really liked that game. It was like my first like RPG game.
Did you really like Fable 2? I fucking hated it.
It was alright.
I will explain to you why I hated it. And this is because I was in high school, and this is when the whole, like, let's make Xbox, like, these premiere things, and you had Peter Molyneux just hyping it up, like, and you're gonna play with your friends, and it's just a fucking No Man's Sky bubble that follows you.
There were just bubbles. I was like, alright.
This is bullshit.
See, I played the game for more of the RPG element.
Right.
Like, I played it probably 2 years after playing the original Fable.
Right.
And I played that a lot.
Well, my thing about Fable 2 is that even the RPG elements in that was shoddy.
Yeah, they
like-
weren't as good as Fable 1.
Like, the karma method was really fucked up because you could do a good thing and it's considered evil.
Well,
Like, the only thing that was really funny is that you can get herpes, and you can't, and you just give it to other people.
Yeah.
And they
Oh.
can either kill you or
Really?
just get
yeah,
mad
they
at
get
you.
mad.
Yeah.
They get really mad.
Yeah.
My favorite part is at some point in Fable 2, I don't remember when, there's a guy looting a corpse, and like, I don't remember, I was like playing with a friend who was just watching me, and I was just like, I don't like looters, and then I shot him, and then I looted his corpse. And it was like, I get, it's like, killing people is bad, but he's like, it's a looter. If anything, I should have been like negative karma for looting him. But
Street justice. Hero.
Did anyone besides
that's
me?
just a stupid
Did
story.
anyone besides me play Sunset Overdrive?
It was probably
I played it.
It looked good.
It looks
I
good.
have it.
It's so
I
fun.
never played.
I love it, dude. It's fun. It's fun as
Was
fuck.
it made by Lionhead?
Insomniac.
Oh, okay.
Wildly vulgar and flamboyant artistic Sunset Overdrive could very well get a sequel. The only thing is the studio founder and CEO Tom Price said during a Twitch stream is that he needs to find a publisher that's willing to bring it to fruition. So it's like, what publisher would you want? Because I don't want EA, I don't want Ubisoft. It's like, what publisher is there that I could trust them to make this game and make it good?
Visceral.
Activision,
Activision,
the next in a line of evils.
because they're owned by Blizzard.
I mean, they're not owned by Blizzard.
They got bought out by Blizzard. So they're owned by Blizzard.
I mean,
To Eli, they're not.
Just you wait. You're gonna
not that long though.
Just you wait. Overwatch is gonna get a Spider-Man skin because of Activision.
Oh God, probably.
Let it happen.
So I know it's been 2 years since Osama bin Laden died.
Where are you going with this?
Just listen.
Somewhere
just listen.
beautifully.
2 years, huh?
Yeah, about a couple of years, a few years.
I was in middle school when that.
All right, so it's been a while.
I was in,
6
I was
years.
in 8th grade.
It's been a while.
So okay, this
What's
is
wrong
not
with
this
you?
is not the story.
Because that was
All
like
right.
the first like big event where I could be like, I remember where I was when I heard Osama died in my English classroom.
All I remember is that there were kids in my school singing "Party in the USA."
Oh
Oh
God.
god.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Jokes. No, I'm just kidding.
So, the CIA has recently released over 500,000 files recovered from Osama bin Laden's hard drive, and according to PC Gamer, bin Laden was apparently a closet anime nerd. Either this was a community computer that was frequently a few huge fans, or Bin Laden really was a huge nerd. It goes without saying that all these movies, shows, and games were downloaded illegally. Even Bin Laden's antivirus was downloaded illegally. It's almost juvenile, isn't it? So, what was Bin Laden or one of his comrades playing? It's a pretty eclectic list. Apparently, Final Fantasy VII was found on the hard drive, and that the follow-up feature-length film, Advent Children, Final Fantasy VII, was found on the hard drive. It has been watched. Someone who is into Final Fantasy. But it's not all. Seeing Resident Evil on Bin Laden's hard drive might not be that shocking. But Animal Crossing! The Nintendo DS game sitting on their hard drive, as well as the new Super Mario Brothers. Yo, this was like, I know it's probably not just his. Like, it's probably a community fucking computer. But the fact that, like, you have to, like, think about it like that, you're like, what did I wonder what Bin Laden seems like a sick animal. I wonder what he was watching. It's just like anime. Advent Children.
Playing CSGO.
I mean,
he actually had Naruto.
well, some dark shit happens in anime, so maybe that's inspiration.
Yeah. Makes me feel good because all the things you listed off are things that I just generally don't like or play.
Eli is the anti-Bin Laden.
So, yeah.
Eli is the anti-Bin Laden. Okay. So we have a few questions. Jared Hansen asks, what is your favorite first-person shooter and your best system per company? I'm going to go with the Sega Dreamcast for Sega, the Game Boy SP for Nintendo. I'm going with actually classic Xbox for Microsoft because to me it's near and dear as a system, and PlayStation 2 as well. Because, I mean, those were the ones that I, like, would spend a ridiculous amount of hours playing.
Right.
That's because I didn't have a job, so...
What about your favorite first-person shooter?
None of them, because fuck first-person shooters.
All right, so Battlefield 3. God damn it. Game Boy Advance? It's like that was really the only thing I owned by Nintendo.
By Nintendo.
Like, we had a Super Nintendo, but I only ever played it when I was, like, 4. Like, I barely remember it. And it was always just Sim City, and I didn't know what I was doing, so I just spent all my money.
One moment. Duck Hunt, first-person shooter, favorite game.
Oh my god.
Highly immersive.
Fuck, you got me. God damn.
Oh, yeah.
PlayStation 2, Xbox 360. I don't think I ever played anything by, like, nothing that's...
Sega only had, like, 3 consoles, and then it got
I've
burned
played
out.
Sega's games on the computer.
Genesis.
Like, they make Total War. But
Is no one gonna speak of Atari and their 2600, 5200, that kind of stuff?
Hashtag fuck Atari.
I've never played anything by Atari, so you go right the fuck ahead, Gilbert. Did I hit all the companies? I don't even.
Yeah, I guess that.
I hit the big 3. That's...
Oh, my favorite PC is probably my Alienware that I had in high school.
Yeah, mine is probably the $5,000 computer. It's worth more than everything I own.
My girlfriend left me for that one. What about you, Gil?
I don't really have a favorite Nintendo. Just I know for a fact that Virtual Boy will never be anyone's favorite.
I thought it was fun. It made you blind, but it was fun.
Yeah, what's your favorite VR, Kien?
The one from Japan.
360 for Xbox, yeah. Don't really have one for PlayStation. I only ever played the first and the fourth PlayStations.
You never played PS? You jumped 1 to 4 for real? You never had a PS? Like every kid had a PS2.
I come from a family that we barely afforded anything electronic-wise.
Okay.
I've bought most of my electronics.
All right, now I feel really shitty. I'm sorry, Gil.
Isn't it technically Brady's PS4?
Yes. And I don't
PS2
even
was
play
really
that.
solid, though.
I've also played Ties.
We only use the Xbox One at his house, and he gets so pissed about it.
What about, okay, and then so do you have a favorite first-person shooter then?
Mainly just Black Ops, but that's because that's what I ended up playing a lot with my friends. We would just play zombies.
Woo!
And I actually played through the story.
Garbage.
And I found it to be interesting.
What about you?
Clearly, you've never played Battlefield.
I'm going with the Super Nintendo,
where you get
PlayStation
animation
2,
to make-
because that's basically the only console I had growing up. And I'm going with the Xbox 360. Let's see. Favorite first-person shooter. I'm going with the old COD.
You guys are
Black Ops.
fucking gay.
We don't buy that many first-person shooters.
Honestly,
don't buy first
if I had to
person
choose a
shooters.
second one in terms of like how much fun I had, it would be Modern Warfare 3.
I only bought
But-
Black Ops because
Modern Warfare
Vietnam.
2, if we're going for real, COD Mod 2 was my favorite.
Your favorite
what-
first-person shooter?
First person, because like that's what me and my friends played throughout high school. But that's the thing, COD Mod, like, that's the thing. I quit playing video games after I went to college, and COD Mod 2 was really big before I left for college.
I think you're all forgetting a very important first-person shooter series.
Dude.
Borderlands.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that third
No.
person?
No, I still choose.
Really?
I'm gonna change my answer to Battlefield Hardline.
Are you
Okay.
fucking kidding me?
It was a fucking spectacular
Wait,
game.
isn't that the one with the cops? And
Yeah.
The
Oh, I hate
gangs
you.
or
It is
It is a
something?
And now you
great
can ride
game.
No, it's not. It's a
God.
shit game.
You
You've
can ride
never-
a couch.
You've never played it with your friends and you just run
Yeah.
around with tasers?
Yeah.
And you just taser the fuck out
Okay,
of guys.
okay,
It's like,
fine.
where the fuck your friends at?
Okay, fine. For like friends games, yeah, but like that story is shit.
You
No,
can
like,
ride a
I would
couch.
play with
what
people.
more do you need?
Yeah, you can ride the American Dream.
It's a step up from Aladdin.
But yeah, no, I'd run around with like Drew and people, and they'd taser people, but I used a shotgun, so like if you both turned the corner, he'd taser a guy, and then I just fucking blow him away.
What lobbies were you in?
All of them.
The only lobby. Not a lot of people played it.
So yours is Borderlands,
Oh, fuck yeah.
and then your systems.
Systems, I'm gonna go with the Nintendo 64 because I played the fuck out of Zelda and Mario games.
I hate that controller still. I know.
I don't
know
give a
God,
shit.
but
I
that
like that
controller's so
controller.
much bullshit.
Controller was
You
nice.
stab it into the ground.
That's how you play it.
Yep.
Xbox 360 because that's probably just the best console they've made. Even
Yeah.
though we all bought Xbox Ones, 360
I
was
still have
best.
my 360.
I miss
Same.
the three we've talked about. I missed the 360 intro.
Uh-huh.
Like this
Yeah.
is just not fun to me watching the Xbox
Just
turn
watching a
on.
big ass green screen with the Xbox logo. Doesn't
Yeah.
do all the fancy swirls.
So it's like the
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with the PlayStation 1 over the PlayStation 2.
I'm assuming it's because it had like Dragon's Lair and Tomb Raider and shit like that.
Dragon's Lair and the original Crash Bandicoot games
Oh,
and
fuck
the
yeah.
original Crash Bandicoot racing game.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Dude, no, my favorite PlayStation Crash Bandicoot game was their Mario Party S game. I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
that game was fun as fuck. It was
Yeah.
dumb as shit, but it was fun as
Never
fuck.
played
Yeah, I
any
didn't play
Crash
that one.
Bandicoot games.
And I think this one only goes because you don't really play this game, and I don't know if you only play wrestling games. Devin Higgins asks, which Overwatch character do you prefer and why? Which character do you hate the most and why?
I play more than just
Mine are the
wrestling.
same.
Soldiers-
Mercy.
But
Soldier-
you love and hate
Yeah.
Mercy? Okay.
All
I
right.
play Mercy, but I hate.
But you have to
being
give a
Mercy.
why. Like,
Why? Because Mercy's the ultimate support, but at the same time, it's fucking Mercy. Like, it's just the fan service character ever.
so that's the reason you hate her? Because they like sex her up?
Yeah, like,
Okay.
if Mercy was a little toad but still had the same abilities, I'd play that and be totally fine.
I wouldn't.
That's not immersive. in
Also,
the game.
going back to the previous question, I was going to mention I would have chose Battleborn, but it's not always a shooter who plays
I mean, you can
Yeah.
fucking choose that. That's like, I don't think there's any like,
No one mentioned
Anyway.
ColecoVision or the Super Famicom.
So it
yeah,
was
fuck all of those
First
games.
person shooter Skyrim.
My favorite
With
is
mods.
Fallout 4. Yeah. Did you ever
So it
play
was-
the Skyrim mod with lightsabers?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
So it was favorite and then least favorite.
and why?
Well, Soldier 76, because I'm a real piece of shit.
Yes.
Who
Fuck
can't,
you.
who can't do anything other than first person shooters. And least favorite? God damn it.
Winston?
Huh?
Winston?
No, Winston was really shitty when I played. He was actually just like rock bottom. I'd say Genji. Genji was
Yeah.
like, he's
He's such a weird character to
But
play.
if people are like even decent with him, they can just be ridiculously good. 'Cause
Yeah.
Since I play a lot of Soldier 76, it's just like, oh, they reflect, and you're fucking dead. And it's just like, oh, that's pretty gay. At the same time, I also like just seeing people on the internet and they just reflect like McCree's old different shit and just kill him, stuff like that.
Those things are fucking dope.
And it's just that those are pretty good, but I think that's just a ridiculous ability.
Right.
I'm gonna go with I really like Anna as like a character to play with. I don't know, I like snipers.
Yeah.
I like
She's a
Sleep
support.
dart is what I like.
She's a support sniper. That's such a weird.
Let's put air
thing.
quotes on that support
Okay,
bullshit.
she's got a sleep and then
She
her
is,
ultimate.
but my problem with her is that like the hitboxes are sometimes funny.
Right.
So I'll be trying to shoot over someone, and it'll just be like sticking out of the air above their shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the fuck? Get out of my way, you asshole.
Right. No, yeah, right. Let's put air quotes on the support bullshit.
Alright, her ultimate and one of her skills are support.
Right. Their support.
I
Like,
love sleep dart.
so much
Turn the
bullshit.
corner,
It's-
boom.
You can snipe people with the sleep dart. It's
Oh
stupid.
yeah.
It's stupid, ridiculous, and fun. And I'm gonna go with I hate Hanzo.
I fucking love him.
I fucking hate Hanzo.
He's like my second favorite.
Hanzo mains are the shittiest people in the
Why
world.
am I dead? Oh, I found an arrow from
And
across the map.
after because we watched the Reinhardt movie, I hate Reinhardt because they are pieces of shit that do not defend you. I'm
Yeah.
just like, fuck you, I have a hammer.
I enjoy Reinhardt too, but I do defend my team.
Right. You and I actually play a front line when we play a front line.
But no, fucking Hanzo, I just love shooting like up in the air because his arrows come back down.
Yeah, it just
Uh-huh.
You can actually kill people with it.
it's really good. Like that happened to me once. I'm like, you fucking piece
That's
of
all
shit.
I do when I'm
I'll
Hanzo.
fucking murder
And
all
I
of
can't
you.
see anyone. I'm just like firing into the fucking air
Yeah.
as fast as I can.
It's awesome.
And it's just ridiculous.
Eli is the
I'm just
ultimate
like, one of
troll.
these is gonna hit a person, and they're gonna get
Eventually.
fucked.
Any Nathan Hale asks, any game release in particular you're looking forward to? Mine was the Fractured But Whole, and I beat that, and it was fun. And probably Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves is up there for me, but yeah, Borderlands 3 is confirmed and it's coming, and I'm excited.
For real, when did that?
They
That was
got confirmed
announced
it's in
a
the
while
works. Like a month ago.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, oh, yeah, we talked about it because
Yeah.
they were joking about Duke Nukem 2, and we were really pissed off. Yeah.
I love
Actually,
Borderlands.
they're really. I don't know. Most games really don't excite me anymore. Like
They come
Battlefront.
out with a new Matrix, that might be
Oh,
interesting.
fucking
Dragon Ball thing. I don't remember what it's called.
that Dragon
Oh yeah,
Ball
no, Dragon Ball
Fighter.
Fighter Z,
Okay.
Yeah.
or Dragon Ball Fighter Sleep, as we like to call it at the Brojo.
Do we?
Yeah, everyone keeps like that first
I
trailer.
don't think I've
watched-
ever heard that.
You weren't here.
Yaps.
So Strowman was like called a Dragon Ball Fighter Sleep because everyone was like dying and like they looked like they were all sleeping.
Dragon Ball Fighter Z's.
Z's.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool because like they brought. I just didn't want to bring it up anyways because I was like I'm getting kind of sick of talking about Dragon Ball because I do reviews now. But they brought up the Goku has the story mode is that Goku has amnesia and all the other Z fighters do. So like they don't know who they are, so they have to link up together, and that's why there's the team mode. That's why you'll see Cell fight with fucking Goku and shit because they don't know who they are, so they consider each other allies. So
We're all good guys.
yeah, so I think
We're all
that's
bad guys.
that's a good game. Do you guys have any games that you're pretty stoked for?
Not off the top of my head.
Because I'm not stoked for Ultra Sun and Moon because I
Not this month.
fucking hate Ultra. I fucking
You
hate
sound like a hillbilly when you said that.
You know how much I hate Sun and
Comes
Moon
out this
though.
whole
You know
way.
how
I
much
do,
it like
I do.
burns me to play a 3-hour tutorial of shit I already know.
But you did it anyway.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
dedication.
I'm like kind of psyched for Battlefront just because it looks so pretty. I don't know. I'm not gonna buy it right away because I don't think it's worth the $60. But also Origins looking. That already come out.
Yeah, it came out
That
last
already
week.
came out. Fuck.
Oh, that's fine. You can be hyped for
Well,
Origin.
he said the fractured butthole.
I said mine would have been.
Yeah.
I said past tense, you piece of shit.
I'm
I
sorry.
couldn't remember if
alright?
it was October or November.
I already feel like I know what yours would have been.
What?
The one you got.
WWTK18.
No, that wasn't it. Well, yes, but
Yeah.
Why do you even buy those games?
I happen
They
to
release
enjoy
them-
them.
They release them free with gold like a year after they come out.
Shut up.
Their pinfall systems are bullshit now. They're
I
not
will-
even that.
I will give
They
them-
are. You can't tell me their pinfall systems aren't bullshit.
Okay, he's
I don't
right.
have a problem kicking out, but
he's right, but I really like their character customization. You can go wild with that bitch.
Someone made a Cheeto Puff. A fucking Cheeto Puff. I saw it on
I just made a
Community
leprechaun.
Creations. It's a
You loved
hornswoggle
it.
one.
Anyway, so I was playing with my roommate when it went free, like, last fall.
Mhm.
And we won a game because he literally, like, got out of a pin, like, 20 times in a row. Because he made his character where he's, like, super weak in the body. So if you punched him in the body, he was just fucked. And then we won because they were beating the shit out of me out of the ring, and then they got disqualified.
Jesus Christ.
Either that or they left. I'm not really sure. So, undefeated. I'll take you on.
Way to go.
Adam Coelho.
Seeing as how I cheat on that game, I like turn on some of the systems shit.
Adam Coyle asks, why did they dumb down World of Warcraft so much? Is it so the general idiot population could obtain high-level tunes and gear easily? Why?
Yeah.
Yes, you answered your own question. Like, yeah, Blizzard.
Did they? I didn't know they dumped down
Blizzard.
WoW.
I mean,
I mean, probably yeah, just to keep their rabid fan base happy.
Andy Tomlinson asks, have you heard of and or tried Warframe?
I've played
heard
Warframe.
of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
What is
I've tried it.
Warframe?
Eli.
You'd actually probably really like Warframe.
Yeah, you probably would.
What is Warframe?
For one, it's a free game. We'll
Oh.
start with that.
Ooh,
That
So-
was
piqued my interest.
And it has really good graphics for a free game. Like that was
Yeah.
the thing that really caught me about Warframe.
From this point on, we should be extremely vague, so he still doesn't know what it is by the end
Okay,
of
I'll
this.
tell you that basically
Um.
you're just like a super powered ninja running around.
Super Ninja Future.
Yeah, and then future you kill
Oh,
aliens.
that's the shit
Don't.
Braden always streams. Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
Damn it.
It's actually a really fun game. If you
It is really fun.
My problem with it is that I usually try to attach myself to the lore of a universe.
And it
And
has
I
no
was
lore?
It probably does. I was
it
just like, what the
does.
fuck is going on? I'm running around killing people. I don't understand.
The lore it has is kind of there, but you're like, I'd rather just blow shit up.
Yeah, no, it was a fun game. I just got tired of it. Just because it's sort of,
Repetitive?
Repetitive.
yeah, but
But-
MMO is.
Yeah, it, like to unlock the new frames and shit is just like really grindy and kind of bullshitty.
See, and I don't like grinding.
I
so
didn't
that's,
mind
that's
that
like the
because
one
that-
thing.
It wasn't too grindy to the point where it just, like, lost me. But
Mm-hmm.
I got a huge satisfaction, like, feeling when I did get a new Warframe. And then I was, like, super psyched to test out the new shit.
Yeah.
I prefer
And
Metal
also-
Gears or mobile suits.
Also, I didn't, like... I don't, like, look up. It's like, what's the best one to try and get? I was just like, fuck it, this one looks cool. I'm
Right.
doing it.
Right?
And Jay Oldenkamp asks, games like Arkham Asylum, City, and Night have done really well for superhero games. Should there be more games like that, but not for Batman? No, I fucking hate Shadow of War, dude. I'm sorry.
I argue that Arkham games are terrible.
Yeah, but it's Jay.
I know, but
But the general population does think Arkham games are awesome.
why? It's
I
the
mean,
same thing
Batman-
as Assassin's Creed.
Because you're
I mean, the
Batman.
story's alright.
You-
but
No, it's
You
not.
just fucking,
the story
like-
is shit.
I liked City.
Like, the
That's
story in
fine.
Arkham Knight is shit. I don't care what anyone says.
No, I don't like Arkham Knight. I like City.
I haven't seen Arkham Knight, but
You don't
yeah,
want to.
I fucking watched Arkham Origins, which was my
That
favorite
one-
because I think Batman's voice is weird than the rest of them. Just to me,
It's Kevin Conroy. This is the original
I know,
Batman.
I know. Like Jay was telling me that, and I was like, yeah, but it doesn't feel right. 'Cause I'm used to like movie Batman, like the Arkham series. That was like my first exposure, really.
You were like the I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
Let me just do this.
I've smoked for 80 years.
Okay. Do you think? Okay. So what? I will say this. No. For the most part, it depends on the game because there's an Xbox game from the original Xbox that I fucking love, and it's Hulk Ultimate Destruction, and you are literally Hulk pounding the shit out of cities and using cars and turning them into boxing gloves and fighting big monsters. The game is the shit.
Can Batman do that? No.
Yeah, Batman
I
can't do
would
that.
really love a Hulk
You could
game where he's got a
probably money his
utility
way
belt
into
and he's
it.
just like
Nope.
sneaking around. He's got a glider.
Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok and Sakaar, that's what he's doing. He's just like
goes to
sneaking.
do one of the stealth takedowns.
Snores like I would like to play the Loki Arkham Knight game where Loki is just sneaking around Asgard like, let me get a clone here, let me get a clone here.
Just like the Hulk stealth takedown and just like picks him up by like their ankles, fucking slams him on the ground.
The stealth takedown,
Throws him.
you know, would just be him just like coming up behind somebody and just tossing him straight down.
That's
Like,
exactly what I
One-handed, just fucking throw
It
him.
just like doesn't exist. You're just like sneak. Whoa.
I think you'd be able to hear him because he's fucking heavy.
Okay, that's
I could see Hulk just army crawling everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, sneaky Hulk.
Fucking
Hulk
forearms the
sneaky.
size of a person. So.
Hulk throw you in air.
But he has to like sneak like in one floor of a room to get to the other
Just
floor.
every fight with a villain would be the same. Just be you beating the shit out of him.
In true Loki
Be like
style.
the Riddler, be like, find all my trophies all over the city, and just fucking Buster and beat his ass. Like, I'm not doing it. No.
It's like the only two people the Hulk would have to fight and actually put a fight with in the Arkham series is Clayface and Solomon Grundy, and Solomon Grundy's basically retard zombie Hulk
Yeah, basically.
who has lightning powers, and it's just like I can only imagine like the guards like, did you feel that? And they're like looking at like the water scene from Jurassic Park. Boosh, boosh.
I
But-
can't tell where it's coming from. Hulk's sitting there in the corner with the little detected icon.
Hulk sneaky.
The sneak is just him hiding, but like everyone else on the side he's looking at, they're like, what the fuck is the Hulk doing right now?
Hulk's just hanging off the ledge.
Yeah.
It's just like giant green fingers. They're like, the fuck is that?
What is
Hulk
that?
not hero, Gotham need. Hulk hero, Gotham deserve.
Hulk save Gotham.
On the real though, I think maybe Captain America, like Winter Soldier-esque, could do the Arkham series really well.
Didn't
I think
they
if
do that?
anything, it'd be like, I think Black Panther would do it really well.
Yeah, I think Black Panther would do it well too.
And also
Is it 'cause
just
he's black?
Spider-Man can do it to an extent. But Spider-Man is more superhuman, so he doesn't
I
have the
meant
need
for
to be
stealth
sneaky.
purposes,
I mean,
guys.
but that's what the new Spider-Man game looks like though. It looks like Spider-Man, Arkham Knight. Ka-ka!
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's still some flashy moments where you're just like web swinging, beating the shit out of people.
Right.
If
Didn't
that
they-
was gameplay. But
Didn't they technically do that for the Captain America game? They kind of modeled the fight system after Arkham, or am I?
I don't know. I didn't even know they had a Captain America game.
Oh.
They always have a movie tie game.
They did until
Not for Winter
2012.
Soldier. They only
Yeah, they did
it
it
for
until
the first
2012, and they were
Avenger.
just like, "Fuck it, this is dumb."
yeah, this is-
Yep, they grew up.
I kind of wanted to buy
They
it.
got wise.
Alright.
And then they said Lego can do it
I think
for us.
I think the Punisher could do a stealthy game too, but it'd be more like a first-person shooter than anything.
I don't think
It'd
it would
be
be
like
stealth,
Sniper
though.
Elite.
Yeah, it'd be like
Yeah,
they'd
like
have to play
Sniper Elite.
Yeah, you'd have to either play like, oh, that would be a fun game. Iron Man stealth mode, just
Oh,
like
God. Just floating in the air. It's like no one can hear me. Tony's stealthy.
Clink.
Sir, are you sure you're being stealthy? Fuck yeah.
oh, my greatest weakness, metal detector.
Yeah.
This whole room is made of metal detectors. Shit.
Just a giant magnet.
Game over.
Gets out of the suit, makes a suit made out of wood. I'm a billionaire genius, I can do it.
Bender.
Yeah,
like,
Bender.
bends down.
Shoots.
Oh, there's a splinter!
Doesn't have rockets anymore. Just has rubber pellets.
Oh!
Shoots a person. Like, ah, fuck. He's like, yeah,
What was
it's like a
that?
bitch, doesn't it? Shouldn't do crime.
That's how they learn.
She calmed your ass down.
A Nick-
Brody's just to the side. She's like, what the fuck is going on in there?
Okay, I would want a Nick
Shoots on
Fury
it, Roddy.
stealth game, but it would have to be Samuel L. Jackson voicing Nick Fury, and every time he kills someone, he says, "Motherfucker." You
Motherfucker.
did, motherfucker.
Get these motherfuckers off my plane.
I'm sick of these
You're actually
motherfucking criminals.
The
in
last
this
level
motherfucking
of the game is you're on a plane,
Yeah.
and you have to kick someone off. Get the hell out of my plane.
Sick of these.
Trying to think of
monkey
other
fighting
people they
criminals
could do a
on this
stealthy
Monday
type
through
game
Friday
with.
night.
Wolverine.
He's not really stealthy though.
He could be though.
He
I
could
can
He
see
is
him
part.
flashing
He
his
is part of.
tornado of death.
He is part of X Force, and that is their Black Ops Elite group. I
Yeah, he
guess.
still just rips through people.
Yeah.
Not very stealthy.
The only
Yeah.
reason he's stealthy is because he kills everybody
Yeah.
before they get to set off the alarms.
Yeah, he's just behind them, just like.
Did you hear that?
No, you
Did you hear that schnick? Well,
No.
I don't know. Did.
You
No.
alright there, buddy?
A lot of the games. I don't know. There's not a lot of stealthy superheroes.
Like,
When I go
they're,
into
they're
the
probably.
game.
Yeah, I could see Hawkeye. Hawkeye and Black Widow could do.
I know, but then I picture like Hawkeye, like Hawkeye's grappling hook system is like he'd have to like load an arrow and like just like
He's like the guy in Overwatch, just throw him
Yeah.
in the air until he hits someone.
like how would your arrow system work in that? Like, because I was like Green Arrow, I'm like, but he has arrows, and my thought of like,
But you wouldn't necessarily have to aim him. It could work the same as the grappling. Like it does now with just auto.
Mm-hmm.
okay,
And he's
all
just
right.
like,
Well, because he is supposed to be. He's supposed to be the archer that never misses.
yeah. I mean, he's fucking superhuman shit where he just knows where his target's at, apparently.
Yeah. So I get him.
Okay, I got one. A Venom game, but it has to be rated M.
Oh god. Oh,
Straight
God.
up eat people.
I could see that. I mean, he's not like there could be stealthy parts to it.
Just
Kind of like how there
dissolves
is with
into a
Batman.
puddle.
You need some parts
No,
where it's just
just
like him
symbiote
beating the shit out of people, though.
Yeah.
Just surrounding him.
Yeah, symbiote's basically walking camo.
Yeah, no, but you'd still need like parts with him just like beating the absolute fuck out of people.
Oh,
I know,
it
but
could just
did
be
you ever play
bullshit.
the? Okay, you probably didn't. Cause you
Ultimate
didn't.
Spider-Man?
That Ultimate Spider-Man,
Yeah.
you played as Spider-Man and Venom. There was literally parts like the only reason I like playing as Venom because I just got to straight up eat people and then
Yeah.
take their health and just be like, fuck it, I'm Venom. So like, yeah, I mean, like, I think a Venom game would work. All right,
Spawn.
First, let's see where the Venom
fuck
movie
you.
goes.
Fuck you for being excited about the Spawn movie.
I actually thought about that, but I was like, he does like I've never read the comics. I obviously haven't seen the most of the shit movie that exists. Like, he doesn't seem like the sneaky type,
Flash can be
considering that he
stealthy.
just beats the shit out of God and
Stealthy,
the devil.
You just can't see it.
That's what
That's
makes
the
him
point.
so stealthy.
That's his detective mode, is his like Speed Force, but like he's running so fast, but you're running at the regular pace in the game. But to everyone else, he's running so fast you can't see him.
Superman,
Oh.
X-ray everything.
He's
I
just-
see their fingerprints. I know whose it is. I'm gone.
Try
Problem
to
solved.
go into the building. He's just like, meh.
But first, to get to that mission, you must go through rings.
Oh God, no.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.